There we go. Damn, that worked. It's off. You're good to go. Feel free to hit that with everything. Damn, I told you. Dude, that's a good one. Got our popping cork and our D.O.A right there. It works. I mean, just so simple. Look, you can go with crazier stuff. What's up, everybody? Thumper Fishing. All right, April 10th, 2026. Oh my gosh, this week has just been horrible wind-wise. I'm talking crazy wind. You know, I don't mind fishing the wind. Sometimes I do better in the wind, but this is just absolutely crazy wind. Actually, you know, here's a clip of my boat ramp the other day when it actually wasn't as windy as it has been, but check this out. Yeah, so it's been even worse than that lately, with random lightning, thunder, rain, insane wind gusts, just absolutely nuts. But I did sneak out yesterday morning. Of course, it was windy, it was raining, but there was no sign of lightning in the forecast. So I headed down to Port Canaveral. I was hoping to maybe catch the locks when they open first thing in the morning. You know, sometimes there's some big fish that get stuck in there at night, and then when they first start opening it, they just kind of come rushing out. But not so much. Just a couple small bluefish, and oh, what the hell was that? A couple small bluefish and a bunch of catfish. But yeah, that was pretty much it. But you know, I don't mind standing in the rain if you got the right gear and all that. So, but yeah, boy, it was windy and rainy, so there just wasn't that many areas to kind of fish where you can kind of get out of the wind. But you know, we found one that worked. So this morning, it's about 5:45. I don't have a full day to go out in the kayak. I was thinking about taking the kayak out today, meeting up with a buddy. But my wife's gonna take today off. So we're gonna do some stuff this weekend. So kind of my last chance before next week to kind of get out there. Small window. So we're up early. I'm thinking I'll head over to the Merrit Island Wildlife Refuge, maybe check over Haulover first. We're just gonna drive around to all the spots. I've got 3 rods and a backpack. So we're just gonna go walking around. I've got some top water, I've got some big swim baits, I've got some small swim baits, I've got some little shrimp lures. But we're just gonna go throw artificials all day and see what we can get into. So, all right, guys, let's go get after, see what we can get into today. All right, stop number 1. Let's try Haulover before it gets crowded. Like I said, it's already pretty windy, guys, so let's just see what we can get into. You never know. All right. Like I said, we're not doing any bait or anything like that today. So each spot we'll probably give 30 minutes max. If we go 30 minutes without getting a single bite at a spot, we'll move, even if it's just, you know, 20 feet down or something like that. But it really is the name of the game a lot of times, is just stay on the move. We're gonna throw my medium heavy first. It's a 7.6. I like to have that extra length, casting distance when shore fishing. We're gonna try a purple NLPN 5-inch. Tighten this drag a little. All right. First cast of the day. All right, threw the bigger one for about 10 minutes. Let's throw this smaller 3-inch Z-Man. to see if we can find anything around the bumpers. Alright, well, I already lost my NLBN. Second cast. Snagged something in here. That's Haulover for you. So we'll throw this little one around for a little bit, and then we're gonna switch up spots. Some bobber right here. With the wind and everything, I'm gonna go to old trusty, the popping cork. Just gotta be careful I don't cast it too far. I only brought one popping cork today, and it's tight quarters. But there's usually trout sitting over here. All right, scoot it down just a little bit. Should be able to get more of a full drift over here. Just trying to see if maybe we can get a couple trout to start the day off. I know some people think these trout are like catfish. You know, they can get like that sometimes, but when fishing's a little slow for everything else, I enjoy a good trout bite. And did you guys know that spotted sea trout is more, it's not a true trout. It's actually in a similar family to the redfish and black drum, believe it or not. I know, I didn't believe it either, but it is. Spot number 8. So far, just one hit on the popping cork, no connections. Not seeing too much. Wind's picking up already. I had a bite underneath that tree. Not sure what it was. Let's see if we can't get it back under there. Oh my God, what is that? Because it just nailed it again. Scoot over a little bit because I think we're getting more hits over here right now. There we go. Is that a snook? Dude, that's a freaking solid trout, guys. That is a freaking solid trout. Oh my gosh, you guys, beautiful trout. Holy mackerel. Let's get the fish grips out on this guy. Look at that, you guys. Wow, what a beautiful trout. Let's get this lure out. Damn, the lure just came right out. Let's get a clip of this guy. Wow. You know what I love to do to start the day, guys? This right here. Yeah, buddy, that's how you start the day right there, guys. Tight lines. Beautiful trout. Nice, guys. That's one trout down with the good old D.O.A. Got that with the D.O.A. shrimp on the popping cork, the gold. Let me show you a little clip here. Got our popping cork and our D.O.A. right there. All right, guys, let's see if we can get another one. Another solid trout. Look at that beauty. Absolutely a beautiful fish. Don't bite me, bruh. There we go. Nice pretty trout right there, guys. Nope, sorry. Look at that beautiful trout. Get you back, bud. Look at that beautiful trout, guys. You ready already? I knew you were. There you go, buddy. Nice, another one. I was gonna say I just did a bunch of pops trying to lure something around and just had a little bite there. Damn, that worked. Oh my gosh, nice. Another trout. Another nice trout too. Wow, look at that, guys. Nice trout. Oh, solid trout. Woo, damn, they're all solid today, boys. Another solid trout. Another beauty. Look at that. Wow, what a beauty. Let's get you back in the water, my homie. Hang on, I gotta release it, buddy. Jeez, you little turd. All right, let's see if we can't get another one, guys. We're casting over in that little dead pocket over there. And I've noticed that it's just real murky, real dirty. So sometimes giving it a little extra pops was definitely getting them to come and investigate. You know, with trout especially, that popping, the clicking. Now you can pull it real softly and not do the pop, and just get the clicks. You just kind of pull it up a little bit, let it go back straight, and it'll do a click, which is supposed to be similar to like shrimp, is what I was told. Or you can give it a pop, similar like a fish feeding. When you give it the pop, it's also going to be doing the clicks too. So the last couple hits I've had, when I was in the area where I know they usually, or I've been getting bites, I was giving it like a 2 or a 3 pop, just to kind of really act like there's a fish feeding right there, and it's worked every time. Smallest of the day there, buddy. But I guess you made the cut. Nice thing about you small ones is you don't choke it so much. Peace out, buddy. Right there, guys. It's got all the trout so far, and this has already been super glued once back together. Got a little chopped up there, but I'm gonna have to retie. But yeah, got some trout slime on it. It works. I mean, just so simple. Look, you can go with crazier stuff. I do all the time. I love it. I love those realistic ones, but sometimes you don't have to go all crazy and spend a bunch of money. I mean, you got your popping cork, a couple bucks, right? Grab yourself some D.O.As. Most tackle shops around here have them. Give yourself 1.5 feet, 2 foot a leader. You know, you can adjust leaders depending on where you're fishing, depth, where you want, you know, the bait to be at. But I mean, it works. I mean, you can't deny that it just doesn't work. Sometimes when the conditions get really bad, or it's just not ideal, or I think I'm not as effective, you know, using other things, I'll go to a popping cork. Now, it is almost a for sure thing that if there's trout around, you're going to get trout on that popping cork, but you can also, I've gotten snook on it. It's a little bit harder to get big snook on it. I think they're a little spooky of the popper. You kind of have to work it a little bit different, more of like a slow pull, just to where you get the clicks, not so much the popping. But then again, if they're feeding in the morning, that slurp sound can really attract them. I've had that happen before. I've caught redfish on it. I've caught jacks. I mean, anything that you can catch out here, you can catch on the popping cork. But all right, guys. Well, it slowed down. The current was definitely starting to pick up over there. And usually when it does, the trout bite kind of turns off for a little bit. So drove over. I wanted to check out Patillo Creek. It's been a while since I've been here. The water's up, water's dirty. I'm curious if the tarpon are back in here. You know, usually this time of year you'll at least see some rolling around, but like I said, this year it's been a little slow as far as the tarpon goes. So we're gonna throw this. I've been throwing the paddle tail on both sides so far. We're gonna throw that around a little bit, then we'll try the popping cork. Then I might walk that trail over that culvert over there. So we'll give this, reel this in, and we'll throw the popping cork out there and see. And that way we're working bait profiles and shrimp, and hopefully if there's something out here, we'll find them. So that would be pretty cool. All right. No hits in the paddle tail. I think my drag on this pin battle is getting a little sticky. I might have to look up how to clean it or get it serviced. It has been getting a lot of hours and a lot of salty water, and it's held up just fine. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna disrupt you again. Big old half-eaten tilapia. So there's some tilapia in here. Oh. What's up, little dude? What are you doing all the way up here? Get back in the water. Let's try here first. And then we will try the other side. There's a little horseshoe crabs all over in here. See if there's any trout. Usually when I first walk up on a culvert, especially if there's no one else here, don't just walk right up on it. Kind of come around the corner and cast right on it. Sometimes there's stuff sitting right there. Oh, all right, on the spot, like number 25, Patillo Creek, bust. There just ain't nothing going on over here. Maybe it's different in a kayak, but ain't nothing. Ran into a couple people fishing as well, nothing. And like I said, not a single tarpon rolling, nothing. All right, I know the Mosquito Lagoon side, the wind's coming from the east, so I know the Mosquito Lagoon side is gonna be kind of blown out, but I'm gonna stop. Beacon 42's right over there. I'm just gonna throw it out. I know there's some little trout in there if we can get out to them, so let's try it. I think there's a couple of people out there bearing the wind. On the backside, that wind there. Like I said, I didn't think this was gonna be the best option just because the wind's right in their face. Yeah, but we'll give it a couple casts. It's a nice thing with the popping cork, you can still get it out pretty far. Right when I hit the water. See if I can get them around these rocks. Nice trout. Nice Beacon 42 trout right there. As soon as it hit the water, he was all over it. I know you're ready, buddy. All right, go for it. Yeah, I just walked down here. I figured there's a nice little cut going in here. I thought maybe there might be something sitting at the mouth of it. And I casted it just like that. And it was like immediately, I went to pop it once and I thought I snagged something. But where there's one, there might be more. So, looks like there's a little hole right here. There's a little shelf over there. Whenever I turn on the camera, he doesn't want to hit it. All right, I'm turning the camera off, buddy. Camera's off. Let's see if it works. All right, sometimes that works. Fish can hear you. They're listening to me talk right now. Camera's off. You're good to go. Feel free to hit that whenever you please. Damn, I told you. Dude, that's a good one. That is a freaking good one, guys. That's a really good one. Told you. Told you, turn the camera off. Oh, he came off right there. There he is. You bastard. Good one too. He was being a turd the whole time. Oh, he got the last laugh, you little turd. That was a good one, guys. Like I said, they just gotta, you just gotta tell them the camera's off, and then, I can't believe we lost that guy. That was a solid trout. Alright, Biolab boat ramp. They really need to do some work on it. The kayak launch is like still, I wouldn't use it. It's just muck, rocks, nasty manatee poop. Alright guys, full circle. Started at Haulover. Well, we started under the bridge, but our first couple catches of the day was over here. I went all over looking. Another pretty trout. Look at that. Mustard mouth. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, that's gonna do it today. Wind's picking up and I gotta get heading back. I only had a little bit this morning, but we got out here early. We went fished Haulover Bridge when it was dark. No joy. Then we came over onto some of these side cuts and stuff like that around the edges of Haulover. At first light, we were able to, we threw a paddle tail, we threw a shrimp lure, just wasn't getting anything. Wind was already picking up, current was kind of picking up, so we went with the popper. Started getting on some really solid trout, guys, to start the morning. Once it was really ripping and the wind was coming right down this way, that's when I decided to go venture off and go looking at some other spots. We went over to Patillo Creek. We fished all over Patillo Creek. I even walked the trail. Zero signs of tarpon rolling. Absolutely zero. No snook smacks. Nothing like you usually see over there. Didn't get a single bite on anything that I was throwing over there. But then we went to, where'd we go? Then we went to Beacon 42, the boat ramp. Just fished right there at the boat ramp and actually got a couple nice trout. And then we lost that pretty decent trout right there on the boat ramp. Then that slowed down. Then I went down to Biolab, and that was just really grassy, really mucky. And of course, the mosquito lagoon side is just getting pounded with wind. So no joy there. Decided I'd come back over here at Haulover real quick, where it all started, and we got ourselves another trout. But things are slowing down. It's getting warm, and it's about that time to call it. Tight lines. Peace.
I smile with a grin, come get some. I tighten the drag more, just one more run. Heart pounding fun. Get Florida.